the bottom line here is now we need to move forward, try to heal all of the divides that we've made over the last 6-8 weeks, and try to bring together. I've always been aware that there's a problem from the beginning of this whole campaign, that there's a problem with the funding, and some mechanisms have to change. The bottom line is we need to work together cooperatively and move forward. And that's what I aim to do. Like I said before, that's all I ever wanted to do. Hopefully that we'll get together real quick and try to fix some of the problems that are down at the school department. It just can't be $2.9 million.
I honestly felt that the Noes were going to win. I never expected it to be by this amount. I was hoping it would be 3-1, because if you're going to send a message, I think the message needs to be throughout the town. The taxpayers have spoken. I mean, almost 9,000 of them came out, and 600 and some odd were against the override. So I think the people have spoken, and I think now we have to act accordingly. I think we have to work together to see what their needs are. I think, common sense has to come into play. I think common sense was lacking here in a sense that, there was no choice. They wanted it all. They didn't want the 1.3, for instance, thrown out as a number. They just wanted it all, and I believe they thought that they could get it all. I think they think that because the school went so easily, but what they failed to understand is everybody was on board with this high school. And I think that was the big difference here. And I think, our message get out there, and by the votes, they didn't even get their people. So, they got a lot of soul searching to do.
I put a little post on Facebook there on Sunday that, a lot of bad things happen in town. There were a lot of bad conversations, and I think it's going to take time for a lot of these relationships to heal after this election. But this is a perfect example of the townspeople saying that we need to work together. The school committee and the board of selectmen to come up with a funding solution for the school problems. I've never said that the schools didn't have a funding problem. We do, but we need a better solution than hitting people with a huge tax hit. As I stated at the last school committee meeting, there's over 1,200 people that are unemployed in this town. People just can't afford this tax.
Selectman Chairwoman Kathy Richardson held a sign all day today.
Yeah.
No on the override.
Absolutely.
You've made some statements in the selectmen's meeting too that it was an amount that the taxpayers could not afford. I guess that bore out the numbers today.
Yeah, and I think the town spoke very strongly tonight. And normally Dracut doesn't support overrides in this capacity, and I think that was again historically proven again today. And I think Dracut is a fiscally conservative town, and I think we're going to have to work very hard. I think it's a challenge for ourselves, the selectmen, the finance committee, and the school committee to get together. We've got some real work to do now in the upcoming year, I think, for all three boards, and to really work together for the benefit of the town.
John Collins with Ted Cacivalon of the Committee for No Override. It doesn't get much more successful for a campaign than what you experienced tonight, Ted. You want to gloat, or what do you want to say?
Not really.
Yeah.
I think it's great for the town of Dracut. I think it shows that responsible people out here voting, and they voted a big no vote, and we got it 3-1. I think that the school committee needs to get back and take a good look at where they're going forward. I think the people on the Board of Selectmen are very reasonable. I think that they need to be reasonable as well. We're going to help these children out there. We're not going to let them behind like I've been hearing on the streets for the last 6 or 7 weeks.